So if you guys don't mind, I just like to keep the recording of the audios so that I can pay attention to my practice and how I'm sharing. So everybody's okay with the audio? You can hear me okay? Perfect. Excellent. Joanne, I'm just going to mute you. If there's anything you need, you can unmute yourself. So thank you guys for actually joining. This is part of my practice is every morning to get up and to just kind of reflect on where I'm at, how I'm feeling, what it looks like, what it sounds like, checking in with physical body, checking in with where I am emotionally, checking in with the kind of thoughts that I'm having. So, my idea for this is because we have this nervous energy around the uncertainty of the upcoming school year or whatever it is that's next, because there's always uncertainty around what's next because nothing is certain. So the idea was to really just kind of prepare ourselves, to center ourselves, to reconnect with who we are, to reconnect with our purpose, to reconnect with the most grounded, right, and ready version of ourselves. So that will entail I'll do a little bit of talking, kind of theming the session. And then we'll do a little bit of movement, gentle stretching that just kind of integrates it into the body and reminds us throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout the year or throughout our lifetime, whatever it is that we might need. So the first very important thing is to understand what centered is. So if you take your right hand and you place it to the space where your rib cage, let's just stand for a second. So here's the rib cage, and you're going to place it right on your solar plexus, right? And I want you to take a nice deep breath into there. So that is the very center of yourself. That's the center of your body. And at the center of the body is the core of who you are. At the center of the body is the most powerful spot, right? This is where this is where all of our power resonates from. It's the solar plexus, right? So when we talk about physical strength, we talk about the strength of the core. That's where it is. When we talk about who we are really deep down inside of us, it's at the core of ourselves. So let's just breathe into the core of ourselves. The left hand you're welcome to place on your heart, right? Which is the other very important component, because we have to be able to feel our way through life. If we're not paying attention to how we're feeling and recognizing how strong and powerful we are, then we forget, we get lost. So nice deep inhale. I want it to fill the solar plexus and fill the chest cavity. Pause for a second, notice the breath inside your body, and then gently let it out. And as you're releasing the breath, start to relax the shoulders, soften the muscles on your face, release your jaw, and then follow that with another big, beautiful inhale. So I want you to find your rhythm here. Your breath is the great regulator. Your breath allows you to check in with what's happening right now. What's happening right now in your body, what's happening right now in your heart, and what's happening right now in your thinking. And if you're paying attention to the breath, deep inhales through the nostrils and exhales follow the same path. If you're paying attention to the breath, then everything can kind of melt a little bit. Everything can drop away. The worries or concerns or nervous energy about things yet to come, or maybe there's worries or concerns or nervous energy about things that have already happened. So we can't change the things that have already happened, and we really do not know what's yet to come. So when we use our breath in such a way that it grounds us, centers us, brings us back to right here, right now, everything is good. How do we know everything is good? Because you got up this morning, you were able to check in, you made choices about wanting to just, recognize who you are and where you are. Everything is good. So your breath is very calming and soothing, especially if you continue to release the body on the exhale. So wherever you're holding tension, find another spot and just direct that to soften. Maybe you find a deeper emotion and you release that, fear, jealousy, guilt, shame, they all hide in inner corners of our bodies, rear their ugly heads, but they don't need to be there. Because honestly, every choice that you make, every decision that you make, every opportunity that's presented to you, your intentions are good. So if you made a decision or a choice with the right intention, then you can release the outcome and you can release the emotions that come with the outcome. Take a nice deep inhale. Feel the hands move. Feel the chest rise. Feel the belly fill. You are feeding your body, and you're feeding your body all the good stuff because that's what you deserve. It's about awareness and noticing. Noticing my breath. I'm noticing the sensations in my body that, may be a little uncomfortable right now. Maybe I'm noticing emotions that might be a little uncomfortable right now, but that's okay. Maybe I'm noticing outside noise, and then I can bring myself back. Because what truly matters is reconnecting with who you are and your purpose. Release the hands down, let them rest gently on your thighs or your lap. Take your shoulders and just move them back and down, roll them around a little bit. You're like, wow, I had to hold my hands in a spot for, 4 minutes and everything changed. Everything changed. So when you are an educator, it is a really important job, and it's such an important job that you actually get an 8 to 10 week pause to renew yourself. So this is really important to understand. Very few professions are so demanding that they get a pause to renew themselves. So we need to pay attention to the pause and the reflection. So you are at the tail end of your reset. So if there's anything that you need to do to take care of yourself over the next 2 weeks, including this, which is I'm so pleased for you guys that you're willing to take this time for you, but pay attention to that, because when things start, we know that they start. And it's like we fall right back into the same old routine, which we're not sure what that is anymore. But you need to allow yourself time, at least every day, or, at some point during the week, to reflect, to come back to center, to come back to who you are, to remind yourself of why you're here and what you're doing, to return back to your breath, to feed your body, to fuel your body, to soften your body, to relax your body. So I want to just do a little bit of imagery here. So if you can keep your eyes open or close them, whatever feels most comfortable for you, but keep your gaze soft. So for example, don't, notice what's happening around you, just be in you. So I want you to imagine that our life during parts of the year is like a rushing stream, right? The water is constantly in motion. And we need to move to the place where the water pools for the stillness, so that we can actually look in the water and clearly see who we are. So if we stay in that frenetic running ocean stream, which we like to ride once in a while, it's fun, it's comfortable, but then we need to get off the ride, take the pause, and check in with ourselves. And when you find the ponding water, that's when you actually see the reflection. When you look in the rushing water, you cannot see your reflection because things are moving too quickly. So when you find the ponding water, or you find the still water, and you look down and you see your reflection, that's when you can actually see who you are, what you're doing, how it feels, and what makes sense to you. So we need the pause and the time to reflect in order to remind ourselves why it is we're doing what we're doing. So we live in a society that's in a hurry, that tells us that more is better. And I honestly believe that we need to slow down, and that we need to teach our students that it's okay to take the pause, that it's okay to be reflective. And in order to do that, we have to be in that space. So it's not getting to a finish line. It's not trying to accomplish all of the things. It is simply leading a journey. And what a really important job. So if we can be centered, and we can be reflective, and we can pause, and we can be open and listen and allow, then we truly are teaching by example. So we return back to our breath. We notice who we are. Maybe we see our image, and we try to figure out what our balance is, what percentage of time we want to be on the ride, and what percentage of time we want to be reflective and check in without judgment. Without judgment, again, I go back to, if you try something new, or you put something out there, and your intention is not to harm, right? Your intention is to lead or to teach, then it can't be wrong. It cannot be wrong. It's just a part of the journey. It's a part of the moment. It's a part of the lesson. So you don't judge it, and you continue to move forward. Wherever you are seated, let's take the right arm and just reach it straight up. So the right bicep is coming in by the right ear. The arm is going straight up. Make a fist with that hand. So let the fingers gently curl. So it's not it's not a tight fist. It's just the fingers are gently curled. So I want you to imagine that as the fingers uncurl, the side body lengthens. So it's a nice big inhale. The fingers uncurl, the side body lengthens, and you feel that stretch. And then on the exhale, just take the side body over a little bit. So we're just going to open, open, open. So the right arm is moving over to the left, and you can feel the sensation of the movement. Now take a nice deep breath into the side body. And on the exhale, come on back up, release your right arm down. So something just happened. You had an experience on your right side, noticing it. Take the left arm, reach it straight up. So again, let the fingers be gently curled. There's no, there's no tension in the fingers. And then on the inhale, start to lengthen and open. So we're growing just like our students are. Growth is happening everywhere. On the exhale, open the left side body. So we can be as kind and gentle and compassionate with ourselves as we are with our students or patient, or mostly, right? Then we're allowing ourselves to grow. Take it back up. Release the arm down. Take your hands behind you and just gently grab opposite elbows or opposite forearms. So the wrist of whatever the bottom hand is kind of resting on the sacrum. I want you to take your shoulders, lift them up as high as you possibly can, draw them back, and then release them down, and see if you can create a little more space by just drawing your forearms down towards the back of the seat. Opening the chest, take a nice deep inhale into the open chest. Feel the belly fill the solar plexus. The breath comes in all the way. And on the exhale, gently release. Take another inhale here. And on the exhale, most of you are seated, just gently tilt forward, right? Letting the chest move towards the belly, rounding the shoulders out, pulling the chin in towards the chest. So just staying seated. We're starting to awaken our spine. So keep rounding the spine and rolling in as much as you can. Pull the belly button back towards the spine to create more round space. And then inhale, pull your chin and gaze forward. Pull yourself all the way up. Roll your shoulders back and draw or drag the forearms down. So the spine is flexed right now. Take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, roll through and round your spine. So see if you can really release. Your hands might even come to holding the opposite fingers to create more space, to allow the spine to round a little bit more. So it's a seated cat-cow. And then on the inhale, start to push your chest forward and lift your head. So we're just going to roll through a couple of these. So the exhale pulls the belly back, the chin moves in and down. And I really want you to feel like it's the ocean wave, right? Or it's the constant movement of your breath that's driving or dragging the movement in your spine. And then take one more and release your arms when you come back up to neutral. And just let the arms shake out. Let the shoulders move. So want to talk a little bit about your spine. It's your backbone. It's what holds you up. It's what keeps you aligned, right? So it's what keeps your body aligned, but it's also, it houses your central nervous system. So all of your emotional responses travel through your spine. So a healthy spine gives you a healthy physical stature, a healthy body to work off of, and a healthy emotional body. So let's continue to draw ourselves upwards. So I'm just going to ask you to stand because we're waking up for the day, right? So take a moment, because if you're like me, it takes a moment to stand up. So let's stand upright, okay, which means lining up the spine. So pay very close attention to where your ankles are in relationship to your hips. So your hip bones are right here in the front. Your hips are not outside here. The hip bones are right here. And if you just take the hip bones and you trace a line all the way down, then your feet should be a little wider than a fist distance apart. So we're finding alignment in the body. So the feet are parallel to one another and they are stacked directly underneath your hips. Now we're going to take the kneecaps, pull them up into the quadriceps, engaging the thigh muscles, right? Engaging your quadriceps, and then take the tailbone and roll it down and pull the belly in and up. So here we are, the whole bottom half of your body is engaged. The top half is not paying attention. We're not paying attention to that yet. And then just pull the kneecaps up, press the razor edges of your feet out. So the outside edges, we're not moving them, we're just pressing outward and pulling up. And you should feel full engagement in the bottom half of your body. Now, take the belly, pull it in and up, roll the tailbone down, which means we're now shifting the shoulders over the hips, and the hips are over the ankles. Now take your right arm, reach it straight up. So keep pulling the kneecaps into the quadriceps. We're giving our legs a workout without even moving. Keep tightening the backside of the body and opening the front of the pelvic area. The right arm is lifted. The left arm is sliding down the left leg, And just tilt the whole side body right now to a place where it feels okay. See if you can keep the bicep close to the ear. Take a nice big inhale. Gaze up towards that right hand. And on the exhale, take it back up to stand. Release it down. Without changing anything, take the left arm, lift it straight up. So when we finish something, we want to have that sense of relief, but let's finish the whole cycle first, and then we can release and let go. So straighten, reach those fingers out, lift them on the inhale, and on the exhale, right hand slides down the right thigh. So my hips are doing their best to stay firm and centered in the foundation. So the center of my body has not changed. I'm just asking this side to open. Inhale, gaze up at the hand. And exhale, bring it back up to center and release it down. Now you can let it go. Right now you can be like, okay, whatever it is that I noticed that where I'm stuck, this is great because now we can notice where we're stuck in our physical body. And if we can realize where we're stuck in our physical body, then we can start to notice where we're stuck in other places. Oh, I'm stuck there emotionally. I'm stuck in that thinking pattern. Holy cow, look at all these things I've opened up because I noticed where I'm stuck without judgment, without beating myself up or feeling ashamed or whatever. You know, we get stuck. We get stuck. Inhale, take the right arm up. Stretch the fingers really high. Take the left arm up. Stretch the fingers. So let's take a nice big inhale here. Look, gaze up between your hands. Imagine that you are not reaching for something, but you're giving something, right? And the more length you find, the more you have to offer to others. And when you offer stuff to others, guess what happens? You're rewarded by that. So just gently let the arms float down, palms face up, and imagine all the goodness that comes from everything that you give. So it creates a little circle. The palms come together, the hands come up in a prayer of gratitude, and then the right arm lifts, and then the left arm lifts. And the palms are facing each other, and you gaze up and you offer your wisdom. You offer yourself. You offer those moments, those teachable moments on your journey to anyone who is in your presence. Nice big inhale. And on the exhale, it all comes back to you. Gently let the arms float down along the sides, shoulder blades roll together, heart is open. Hands find each other, palms find the prayer, and the prayer of gratitude comes right back to your heart. Look at this, look at this. And now we can play this in reverse. Let the palm, let the prayer release, and then inhale, gather up all of the things that you'll need on your journey to help you and others find their place. And on the exhale, bring the prayer to heart center. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, release the prayer down. Inhale, gather your things. Exhale, return to a place of gratitude. We really are very blessed. We're very fortunate. We are coming off a 10-week reset. Inhale, take the prayer up. Exhale, shower yourself with goodness. Hands come together, prayer of gratitude on the inhale. Exhale, let's interlace the fingers and push it out. So now we're staying connected. We're staying connected. We're asking our shoulders for a little bit more. So everything we have to offer is released through the palms of our hands. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, gently bend the elbows, send them back. Bring the clasped hands behind your head. So push the back of your head into your hands to push those shoulder blades together. Take a nice big inhale, gaze up, creating a little more space. Pull the belly in and up towards the spine. On the exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest. Gently bend your knees. Let your elbows fall in towards your temples. And you're going to roll that spine all the way down. So there's a gentle bend in your knees, and your elbows are going to move towards those knees. And keep bending your legs as much as you need to allow yourself to create this tiny little ball. Let the interlaced hands move towards the floor. Palms come as close to touching the earth as possible. Centered, grounded. And then we build this from the bottom up. So keep the palms interlaced, keep the fingers interlaced, and the palms facing down. And on the inhale, take your palms forward. Begin to roll your spine up. Chin stays tucked to the chest. Your offering from your firmly rooted, grounded self becomes lifted and shared. And then unclasp your fingers, palms face up, let the arms fall down alongside the body. Left ear to left shoulder. Any popping or snapping, any extra movement you want to take, a little sway, a little swing. Sometimes I like to take the left hand and just gently rest it on the head, using a little extra weight to encourage. So not pushing, but just gently encouraging. And then the left arm comes down, the right ear goes to the right shoulder, the right hand gently rests, or whatever it is, the movement is that you need to take to release where you're stuck. So crazy. We want to ignore where we're stuck, and then that part of us gets stagnant. Let's come alive where we're stuck. Let's release where we're stuck, right? Whether we're stuck in our thinking or stuck in our physical body, so you can come back to seated. Ooh. Or stay standing. Guess what? It's free will. It's free choice. It's free choice. Can you just take a moment to notice? So we're going to just go back to the breath work. So left hand on the heart, right hand on the solar plexus. I want you to take just some nice, deep, easy breaths in and out. Relax the jaw, soften the muscles on your face. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your thighs soften and relax. Let your belly be gentle. So this is how gentle we want to be with ourselves. We have the opportunity to engage and awaken every aspect just simply by becoming aware and noticing. So the more we learn about ourselves, the more centered we become. The more centered we become, the more focused, the more powerful, the more understanding and compassionate, right? Because all of those things come from the center of ourselves. The things that unsettle us, which would be, fear, anger, frustration, those are all coming from external factors. Those are not who we are on the inside of us. So we have to remind ourselves, what external factor is rubbing me in such a way that it's eliciting a response that's not helping me stay connected with me, that's taking me away from me. And if we can identify those and change our perspective about it, or change our story about it, or change their physical presence in our life, then we return back to the centered most part of ourselves. See, we're in charge. We're in charge of how we respond to things. Things are always going to happen. Can you find in those things how it's helping you, how it's teaching you, how it's working for you, what it's showing you, how it's moving you? Because we don't move when we're comfortable. We only move when we're uncomfortable. So we appreciate the discomfort that moves us out of our stuck thought patterns, our stuck physical parts of ourselves. 30 minutes flies by. So I'm excited to do this. If you have friends who want to join in, I will work with them. Otherwise, I am just elated that you guys are here, and and I'm honored to be a part of your your transition back, your transition back to you, your transition back to your vocation and what you love, and your transition back to who you are, your authentic self. So thank you. We'll have more movements and more things to talk about, because there's plenty. So all right. I want you all to have a wonderful, blessed day. Go do something, take care of yourself, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you.